Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Good Morning Cortland, where we recap the biggest news and events of the week. Tickets for the 61st annual Cortaca Jug game between SUNY Cortland and Ithaca College are selling fast. Organizers say that in just 1 week, they've sold nearly 20,000 tickets to next year's Division III rivalry game, which will be played at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. That's the same arena where the New York Jets and Giants play during the NFL season. Of the nearly 20,000 tickets sold, that doesn't include the 5,000 tickets that are being held back for students, faculty, and staff next fall. Those tickets will go for $15 and will be located in the end zone sections for each school. Organizers are anticipating they will sell 30,000 tickets, and that would make it the second highest attended Division III football game in NCAA history. Tickets are available to the general public now through cortacajug.com. Next up, the Dryden Central School District will receive $115,000 for its pre-kindergarten programs. Governor Andrew Cuomo announced Wednesday that 32 high-need school districts across the state will receive the funding, which will support the expansion of pre-kindergarten and early education efforts. And downtown Cortland will be decorated for the holiday season after Cortland Common Council voted Tuesday night to allocate funds for decorations on Main Street. And finally this week, I had the chance to catch up with Baier, who was recently named the new Executive Director of Access to Independence of Cortland County. Aaron shared with us some of his personal story as well as his goals for the organization heading into the new year. Let's watch. Aaron, your story is unique in the context of Access to Independence because you had a chance to work within the organization, get to know the people who make up the organization before taking on this leadership role. How have your personal experiences kind of shaped who you are and how you got to this point?
Thanks, Pete. It's great to actually be here with you today to talk a little bit about this. Not a lot of people know my story, and when I was growing up, when I was 16, I was actually diagnosed with legal blindness, and at that time, I was not in a good place. I was angry, I was depressed, but kind of to flip that around, there was a lot of people in my life that encouraged me, they supported me, they motivated me to kind of push past those limitations. And I think, between my family and counselors, they kind of inspired me to want to help people. And, through technology and through that drive that people were kind of feeding to me, I was able to overcome many of the barriers that my disability presented. I continued through college. I got my degree in psychology, and which is where I ended up here at Access back in 2006. And I started part-time mentoring youth, mentoring adults, helping people with job skills and interviewing skills. I worked up and I started to, really get to know, Fran Pizzola and some of the founders and leaders that brought this agency to where it is. And I got really into advocacy. And with that was, helping people on a broader level. So rather than just coaching that one person at a time, I was shaping the world that we live in as people with disabilities. That really, inspired me to continue and into more leadership positions. So over the years, I've mentored, I've coached, I've helped people on the local, state, and national level with advocacy. I've gotten people with disabilities more involved in their civil rights. And through civic engagement, we've had a great impact on Cortland. We've built some amazing relationships, and that's really just driven me to want to take this agency to the next level and be a part of its growth from the executive director role.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue because, you are pretty fresh in this leadership role with the organization. Looking ahead to 2019, what are your main goals or what's your main focus for the organization?
Our mission is strong. We empower people with disabilities to lead independent lives in their community. To do that, we like to look at the core aspects of life that really enable us to be included in our community. For us in 2019, that's really going to be transportation, employment, and housing. Those are three main areas that we've been working on for years. But I think the core difference this year is we are going to renew our efforts to build relationships with existing partners and really try to find those new partners in our community that can help us reach these goals. Partnerships have been something we've always wanted to do. We've built up some great relationships with the county legislature, the city council, with other nonprofits like CAPCO and Catholic Charities. But we want to expand that. We want to make sure that their goals are our goals and our goals become their goals. People with disabilities are integrated in every part of life, in every walk of life. Disability does not discriminate. And so we see potential in all of our community allies. We're really looking forward to where that's going to take us in 2019 and what we can actually, the impact we can actually have on our community when we work together is just going to be incredible. And I'm really excited for that because we're better together.
That's right. And getting back to the present, tomorrow night is the Night to Shine Red Carpet Gala. It's sort of an annual event you guys put on every year. Can you talk about the importance of this event to your overall mission?
Yeah, definitely. Our Night to Shine Gala, first and foremost, is our biggest fundraiser of the year. Our goal is to raise money in order to keep our mission going into the future and to enable our staff to do the great work that they do. But this year is a little different. This is our 20-year anniversary. And so at this event, we really want to sit back and reflect on the past 20 years and the amazing work we've done and how our community has supported us through that and our donors have supported us through that, while we then look ahead to making the future accessible and how we can do that with renewed partnerships, with new donors, and just finding those new relationships that are really going to drive our mission forward. We picked the red carpet theme because this is our chance to kind of shine in our community and for our contributors to really say, hey, we're doing something great. And I'm just super excited. We're all going to sparkle that night, and it's just going to be a blast.
Aaron Baier is the Executive Director of Access to Independence of Cortland County. Aaron, thanks for being on the program.
Yeah, thank you, Peter.
Well, that does it for this week's episode. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. And of course, you can always check CortlandVoice.com for the latest top stories.